Depending on the character's roles, some liberties to keep the plot moving are unrealistic. What I'm focused on is learned behavior, something you see over time. That is why I like series, because it starts to develop a character into a person and it constrains the writer into how the character can react. If you violate the spirit of the character, then you soon will find interest in the books will disappear. While the thoughts are inspired by the book, it does not imply the writer intended to inspire the thoughts I have. Bureaucracy. Why are normal, sane people, after advancement to middle management, like administrators of schools, seem to lose their minds? They're no more than they once were, but the priorities change. Even adults are being trained. Teachers' priority is teaching the kids, but they also must make principals happy, who have administrators, who have school boards and government rules and regulations. It's not that they do not understand why things will not work, but that they can't convince those above why it will not work. If you keep those above you happy, you keep your job. It doesn't matter if you're having success in what you're doing because those above you will claim all the positive is their ideal and all the bad gets passed down. Officials do not care because they are insulated from the mess in the schools. Hospitals, they have no imagination. They see the big picture and they think something should fix the problem. But they arrogantly forget that people, including children, have free will. To really fix a problem, you must address human behavior. However, that gets in the way of quick fixes. They do not care if the problem gets fixed, and often when the problem isn't fixed, they just call it something else and come up with a new fix. So no one thinks that really have no idea what they are doing. Sad thing is, when something real bad happens, it is those low down that gets punished and the real problem stays until they move on to be someone else's problems. People, even adults, learn early on if you want to succeed in your career, you had best make those above happy. That leaves the rest of us shaking our heads and assuming they just dumb down. While the thoughts are inspired by the book, it does not imply the writer intended to inspire the thoughts I have. The attempt is to start a discussion and get people to think about human behavior from the perspective of the closet. How this might lead to problems that make friends or partners or even business relationships difficult. I can understand why some would dismiss this effort. I find reminders in how the characters behave with memories of my own experiences and then explore that aspect. It's meant to start people to think. It is not meant to imply I am right. If you do not share the ideals with others, then how will you know if you're right? When talking, the focus should be on challenging and exposing your ideals, not in changing other opinions. That would only lead to frustration, since the only person you can change is yourself.